authentic conversations about ourselves and our community, exploring topics that uplift and inspire us. From personal growth to social change. So grab your teacup and get ready to join the conversation. It's really my slow ass computer right now, y'all. I don't know. So, Cardi B for the horrors, y'all. Funny guys. Very informational, but all, Bobby and Mary. Okay, let's listen in.
And so the latest rumor about you is that you are having a baby, and I want to know what, if anything, you want to share about that.
Singles by choice. They do like review videos, paying homage to them, all under the Fair Use Act of YouTube. Okay, so the two guys, Gavin and Mr. Walker, are married, and so are the ladies. I don't know about Ebony, but I think she's married. I know Raquel above her is married. I've heard her say. Okay, so these are all pretty much perspectives of married people to, seemingly say how they feel about Cardi B being pregnant while it's married to someone else. Okay. Remember, drop those teacups in the chat. If you're new, please go ahead and like, as well as subscribe. Keep it going by hitting that notification bell for whenever we drop some tea. You are in here with your teacups up, ready to sip. Let's get it.
Well, yes, I am. I'm having a baby with my boyfriend, Stephon Diggs.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. How are you feeling about that? And this will be baby number 4 for you, Cardi.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm actually I'm excited. I'm happy. I feel like I'm in a good space. I feel very just work.
You a lie, and the truth ain't in you.
I feel strong. I feel powerful.
You a liar.
That's a lie. You down bad, sister. This is a married woman, for the record. Before we start diving deep into this one, married woman, pregnant by her boyfriend, not her husband.
And she's getting congratulations by her peers and elders. But Nick ain't married to nobody. He out here living a single life. And yeah, let's play that what if. If it was a sister out here living like this, and they have, y'all congratulate them, tell them enjoy their liberation and freedom. That's sick. A married woman.
What you got there, a little snack?
Little snack? This is the sharpest cheddar off the block that I melted to 104 degrees.
Ooh, a snack. Thick sliced and flour dusted, nature's own perfectly crafted bread. You're fancy now.
That was my little snack.
A sign the family must depart.
Look at Jack come.
Why the entrance, old friend? A resort my darling Gomez would die for. A vengeful villa, perfect for my little death traps. A little slice of purgatory. Rest in beach.
Find exactly what you're booking for. Booking.com? Booking.com?
Yes.
A married woman having, and it's being broadcasted across the globe, and they're saying congratulations, you're a harlot.
Yeah, and with Cardi B, this whole situation, first of all, it is super janky. And she has like a lap baby who's, I don't even think that baby's even one yet. And now she's pregnant with the new baby. The divorce isn't final. It looks like a hot mess. And Stephon, he has, I think he's having paternity suits. And then there's somebody else who's pregnant right along with Cardi B. So he's out here being a nug, and she is kind of acting like a bonquisha with money. So it's not a good look.
Do
while I'm creating a baby?
Carba for the Horse panel is saying basically pretty much that because Cardi B is wealthy, she's being looked at as if it's all right now in society. And I wanted to touch on that, right? If Cardi B was a regular woman, how would she be viewed? Would she be viewed as, a scallywag that ain't got no hair in the bag, gelled up, weaved up, bitch, you ran out of luck? Or, would it be all right? I say, from my understanding of views on marriage, it's not seen by regular commoners for a woman to go and have a baby while it's married to another person, right? Another man. However, let's flip the coin. Men are not as looked at to be as wrong. Men have children out of wedlock all the time. For example, Martell Hope, right? He's had a child while married to Melody, right? From Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay. And yes, he has been talked about, but has he been as scrutinized as, say, even Cardi B? Okay. Cardi B, from what I'm seeing currently, is getting a lot more bad comments about her current situation than even Martell did. Okay, so let's keep listening. No.
Me and my man were very supportive of each other.
There was all sorts of speculation. Is she not? Did you decide that you weren't ready to talk about it? What was your thinking there? Why did you think, okay, now I'm going to talk about it?
By the way, now that I talked about it, y'all better get my album. Y'all wanted to know, right? Now y'all know. Now y'all could buy my album so I could buy Pampers and diapers and all that type of stuff. I told y'all. Now go support my album because I'm a mother of 4 now.
Yes.
But no, I just was like, can I just say it on my own time? Like, I'm not hiding.
Yeah, on my own time.
Like, on my own time. Yeah, it's like on my own terms. Let me close some deals first. You know what I'm saying? Let me close some deals first. And it's like, you know what? You don't really want to say right away that you're pregnant. Like, it's like, let me see a couple of more sons. Let my baby be healthy. And you know what's so crazy? I haven't till today. Matter of fact, I have to tell them this week before this interview come out. I haven't even told my parents.
No way, Cardi.
I haven't told my parents. They just be looking at me like,
Cardi. Wait. Back up. Why haven't you told them?
Because I'm scared of them. I'm very scared of them.
You're pregnant by Stephon Diggs. Now, this is interesting because allegedly...
And there's shame in the rooms. Call it what it is. So if your parents are married people, they like, okay, you Cardi B to the world, but you my daughter. So you are a married woman walking in my house pregnant by another man. Of course you don't want to tell your daddy. There is shame.
See, there we go. And you can't ignore that as a man. As a loving father, you cannot ignore that fact. If you do, some dads would. Cardi most likely paying the bills, and you a sorry ninja if you don't lovingly hold your daughter accountable for her heinous actions. And he does. That's why she won't go to him. Yeah, deliver that message. See that? It's they up here congratulating her. But go to your dad. Hey, Pop. No, I'm married and all, but got knocked up by my boyfriend. You proud of me, Pop? No, disgusted.
Yeah, and I think it's more of a cultural thing too, because Cardi B, she's like a Latina, maybe Dominican or from somewhere down there. I don't really know, but I think it's a cultural thing because she knows that, it's not acceptable. Her behavior and her actions and being married and being pregnant by somebody else and all these kids and with Stephon carrying on, having all these babies and stuff, it's not a good look. So I can see why it shouldn't be acceptable in our culture, but it's not acceptable in her culture. So I think that plays a role too.
Yeah, some people will say, she's a 304. Obviously, she's been in the strip clubs. Well, some of that stuff she can sort of hide and deceive her parents. But when you walk in here pregnant, that's on the table. So
she having Irish twins by 2 different men.
Madness.
Why haven't you told them?
Because I'm scared of them. I'm very scared of them.
You're pregnant by Stephon Diggs. Now this.
While they are paying bills, remember when you come in, like and follow and subscribe. We are sipping tea with Tanisha Talks Teas on Cardi B. Moss is 4 months pregnant by Stephon, while is married to Offset. Let's get it.
It's interesting because allegedly when she was pregnant with Offset's child, this was Offset was saying that Stephon Diggs was doing this when she was pregnant with his baby. What does that sound? Offset, stop this. The last one might not be your baby either. Woo! Now there she's saying that her and her man supportive of each other, they care about each other.
Stop the cap.
And all of that jazz. And of course, people on the black internet have been weighing in on the subject.
Oh, what? She's pregnant. Like, y'all ain't got to take care of the baby. Y'all acting like the baby. She gonna drop the baby off at y'all house. Like, relax, calm down. Like, we don't be talking about y'all when y'all be on y'all 15 baby daddy.
Now, this person is saying it ain't none.
Here we go.
Of our business.
She ain't say it's none of our business. She says none of their. Let's be careful of who she's talking to. She said y'all on y'all 10th baby daddy, this and that. She talking to Bonquisha, the Bonquisha News Network. Our journalists, all right, leave them alone. They can say whatever they want.
Let's keep that same energy for Goofy Cuz Nick. She stated, why y'all worried about Cardi B having another baby? Outside of, she is inside the marriage just the wrong way. Why y'all worried about her baby? She ain't about to drop the kid off at y'all doorstep. Had that same energy for Goofy Cuz Nick Cannon. He ain't about to drop his kids off on none of y'all doorstep, so why y'all worried?
And Bonquisha News Network, we all know they're coming, and they need to be worrying more about Cardi O and not Cardi B. So they're coming, bonnets and all, big bonnets and blowed out.
About y'all when y'all be on y'all 15 baby daddy.
Now, this person is saying it ain't none of our business, but that ain't every fan.
So she just confirmed what we all already knew, that she's pregnant. But not just pregnant. She's pregnant by her boyfriend while still being married. Child, I'm not blaming this on ghetto. That shit is third world country. And what makes it even more third world country, that bitch just had a baby by her husband like 3 days ago. Don't even know the fucking baby's name.
How, ironic is it, as I said, right? How men are always trying to say women feel as if we got it so equal to a man, even in 2025. No, we don't. Let's double back to Martell Hope from Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay, I'm going to throw him into the tea room. He had Melody and Ariane both pregnant at the same time, as Wallace still being the husband to Melody. Okay, let's let that simmer in your spirit. While we have so much animosity, and no, it's not morally or legally, I think, okay for Cardi B to be in this situation. However, she is. Are we gonna stone Martell Holt as well while we're looking to stone Cardi B?
At this point, she don't even know that baby don't know her.
Woo! Damn, she's saying that Cardi B is out here thotting it up. Stop the show. I mean, well, I don't want to say nothing because Cardi B be suing people. So, but anyways, we're all entitled to our own opinion, right? And it is interesting that she just had a baby and she's getting out of marriage and then getting into a relationship with a man, Stephon Diggs, who just had like one or two other kids at the same time he was with. Cardi B. But I'll come back to that much later. But again, there are more thoughts on this pregnancy.
First of all, I don't know. I think it's a little weird to say, I'm so happy that Cardi is finally happy after her messy divorce because now she has a boyfriend and a baby on the...
She's not divorced. So stop. All right. Offset ain't signed no papers yet. Offset getting his ducks in a row because he about to cash out. Yeah.
Now, do you guys think that Offset, as well as known to be a infidelator, will take Cardi B for more than what he would seemingly possibly leave the marriage with, all because of Cardi B's current pregnant situation by Stephon Diggs, that we will be following over here at Tanisha Talks Teas. Drop your understandings in the chat if you know that Offset can potentially be awarded more at the end of the marriage in, say, alimony, or maybe get custody of their children or something of the sort. Drop that in the chat.
Okay, you knocked up. Okay, judge, let me build my case. And when I walk up out of here, I ain't paying no child support. You're going to be paying me alimony, separation, all that.
There you go. Keep cheering for this madness. And they don't care. This is how you can always tell. They have a bias. Just extreme misinformation. Oh, a messy divorce. It ain't even happened. Y'all made that up because y'all the guy in the Democratic echo chamber dare not say it like that. She is pregnant by her boyfriend while still married. There is nothing worse. And that brother Offset is taking an internet broadcasted black pill, barbed wire.
I say Cardi B does some investigative work on her own and see if Offset's had any off-site children from their marriage as well. More than likely, he probably has.
Black pill. That's egregious.
I mean, how she got herself in this situation is just beyond baffling to me. Like y'all just said, she literally just had a baby by Offset, and her parents are Latin. I'm assuming that they are probably Catholic. She's not even divorced from her first husband, which is blasphemous in the first place, that you would be married and pregnant with another man's baby. And then you got to think like these men are not of Cardi's culture, family's culture. That's another thing. So it's like now, whatever their opinions were of Offset, which I'm probably sure weren't the best with the way that she was airing out their business when they were married, because I can't see her mother thinking that would be a good idea for Cardi to be dragging her husband like that through the media. But now this is where we're at. Like the parents are going to see that this is not an Offset
Do
or
y'all
a Black.
see the girl down here, Red Talk Anna, is looking at Smell the Roses as far as what she's saying in regards to how Cardi B's family may be feeling about Cardi B seemingly taking Offset on a smear campaign. I don't think Cardi B did this for that reason. I do understand where Smell the Roses is coming from just being around Latina people, knowing how, they move in marital relationships and things like that. But let's look at it from not, saying that Cardi B is, because I don't think she's using this as a smear campaign. Offset been smearing Cardi B since they were dating. He's been smearing her image, and everything about their marriage seemingly to the public as a joke, that he never really took serious, because from the moment we learned of Cardi B and Offset, we learned that Offset was a very serial cheater. Okay. So mind how Red Talk Anna is looking at Smell the Roses, talk about how she believes that Cardi B is using this as a smear campaign, and how Cardi B's Latin side of her, family wouldn't agree with that. And I don't disagree with her point, but we also know, looking at it from where it's been in the public eye, Offset's been doing that to her since they started.
Culture problem. This is like the lady said, unfortunately, I'm sorry, don't shoot the messenger, a third world country problem. That's what the lady, Dominican Republic, this is where her family is from. Is this how they do? Do they get married to men and then have babies by other men? What are the statistics of the Dominican Republic's paternity fraud cases? Like when we were calling out the numbers of Jamaica, what are the numbers of the Dominican Republic? You know what I mean? And is her last baby Stephon Diggs' baby? Because O'Shea said it. Offset was claiming that Stephon Diggs was doing this while she was pregnant with the last baby. It's just a hot mess. And
so basically what Smell the Roses would be implying is that the current baby she's pregnant with wouldn't be Stephon's. I think she might be not sure on the name that she's speaking of. I don't know exactly how she meant to say that, but maybe she's trying to say that Cardi B may have been a little bit too unwherewithal in her wiles to know who her baby daddy is. So we heard Cardi B say in one of her interviews, either on the Breakfast Club or with Gayle King, that she knows who her baby daddy is. Okay. And when she stepped outside after court and one of the spectators asked her about the sex of her baby or the father or something, and she threw the pen at him, she said, how she felt about anybody asking about who her baby daddy was, because she knows who it is. Okay.
People in the chat calling out Gayle, honey.
Well, hello there. I'm Joey Grade, your host for the Dance with the Stars official podcast, and your reigning Len Goodman Mirrorball Trophy champion. And you are in luck, because I'm spilling all the tea.
Really, the elders, y'all don't ever. So there's no pushback for Cardi. You just gonna sit up here and act like she's divorced from Offset. She's not divorced from Offset. This is nasty. If a man was up here having an interview with Gayle King, like an R. Kelly, God forbid, or some other man, P. Diddy, and he had 2 women pregnant at the same time, which Diddy did. He had Pumpkin pregnant and he had Kim pregnant. They were dragging him. People gave him pushback on that.
And they're dragging Cardi B as well. They are, okay, let me say it like this. It's not favorable for anyone to do what Cardi has done or a man does if he has two women pregnant at the same time, or he steps out of his marital home and have a baby with another woman, it's not favored in any way. I'm saying I know that men are more accepted in society to be the ones to not get as shamed for it, because men are the ones in society to be looked at to do things like spread their wild oats and uh, procreate with as many women as they can, especially if they're of high value, so that they can have, high value children all around the world, right? So it's not as looked at as being disgraceful and shameful by men. More than likely, this is going to ride Cardi B as a celebrity for a little long while.
People still ask him like, hey, Chance and the twins, they're all about the same age, and Kim was friends with her and you had a baby. They still give him pushback and try to make him accountable for those bad decisions. But Gail is just like, oh, you're having a baby? Wonderful. Congratulations to you. There's nothing to be there's nothing to congratulate her on. She's being a 304.
We don't really need men to validate that we're valuable after our relationships end with other men. It's okay. There are other great things about us. And also, having a baby is not inherently synonymous with happiness for women.
I promise you I ain't want to talk about it, but everybody named Mama, all my followers asking me about this. Listen, I already made that video about Cardi B. And I'm going to just say this. I knew she was pregnant. She not pregnant. They didn't break up. That man don't want Cardi. He manipulated and used her the same way Offset did. I'm going to just tell you something, right? It doesn't matter how pretty you are, how much money you have. If you have low self-esteem, the way you feel about you, your self-esteem and your self-love going to dictate the experience you have with people that cross your path. People use Cardi, and I hate that for her. From her friends to probably her family to the men she deal with. It has a lot to do with how she feels about herself and her self-esteem. But that's a self problem. That's something you got to take care of on your own for you. But I'm going to just say this. The divorce is not even final. And in some states, if not all, I don't know. But in a lot of states, I'm going to just say this. A lot of y'all may not know that. But her being pregnant by another man, if that divorce is not final before she gives birth, Offset is responsible for that baby. Yeah. How about that before a kicker?
So let's go ahead and stop that right there and do a little of our T-Talk research. Let's go ahead and do some research on that. If a woman is pregnant by another man while is still married, who is legally, financially responsible for the child? If a woman becomes pregnant while it's married but is not the child's biological parent, her husband is presumed to be the legal father and therefore financially responsible for the child. This presumption stands unless the husband takes legal action to challenge paternity through a court-ordered DNA. Okay? So we've just gone down a rabbit hole. DNA test, which proves he is not the father. Here's why and what to do. The presumption of paternity. Most jurisdictions, particularly in the U.S., operate under the legal principle that the husband is the legal father of any child born or conceived during a marriage. Legal rights and obligations. This presumption means the husband has legal rights, such as custody and parenting time, and also holds obligations, including financial responsibility for child support. Proving otherwise. To avoid financial responsibility, the husband must take legal steps to establish that he is not the biological father. No one has even touched on that potential point. What if this isn't Stephon Diggs's baby? What if it could potentially be Offset's child? Wouldn't that be the plot twist of all plot twists? Okay, because let's look at it. Look how long and it after everything it took for Cardi B to even leave Offset, right? How many thousands of times she reverted back to Offset, okay? And she had just recently shown obvious care for Offset in an intimate way because she just, under the last 2 years, had intimacy with Offset and conceived a child with Offset, right? Named Blossom, okay? Blossom's still a very small child. Yeah, she's been courting around with Stephon Diggs, but who's to say that she wasn't also courting around with Offset at the on-set site time as around the time she got pregnant, while it's also sleeping with Stephon. Very much, could be the case, okay? So, a DNA test can be crucial in proving the husband is not the biological father. The husband may need to work with the lawyer to find a legal action in court to revoke his paternity, especially if the biological father is known and willing to take responsibility. I mean, let's keep it 1,000. This is Cardi B. She's a woman, and she's also been known to have a difficult time of letting go of Offset, okay? Now, timing is key. It is critical to address paternity issues as soon as possible. Waiting too long to deny paternity can make it more difficult to be relieved of the financial responsibilities, okay? If a woman has a baby with another man while married, the husband is legally presumed to be the father. To establish paternity with the biological father, you may need to sign an affidavit of non-paternity with your husband and a voluntary acknowledgement of parentage with the biological father, potentially involving DNA testing. Court orders to change the birth certificate. When a child is born legally under two married people, the husband's name automatically goes on the birth certificates. Okay. Now, you cannot directly sue your wife, to Gavin's point, because there is generally no legal basis in most U.S. states to sue a spouse for infidelity, as adultery is not typically a criminal offense or a personal injury tort. However, you can file for divorce, which is already in process. On behalf of Cardi B, she filed for divorce, okay, on the grounds of adultery in some states. You can take legal action to challenge your presumed paternity to avoid legal obligations for a child that is not yours, according to AVO. Okay, you cannot sue your wife for the pregnancy. Modern law doesn't usually allow suits for personal injury or emotional distress resulting from an affair. Okay, so family law focuses on marital rights, property, child support, rather than punishing personal choices or providing damages for the emotional pain of the infidelity. So more than likely, just because of the basis of her being pregnant by someone else while it's going through a filed divorce, he may not more than likely get anything more than what they see formidable fit for him to receive, leaving the marriage.
Understand what I'm saying? This woman is still legally married. Divorce has not been finalized, and she got to be about 6 months.
Make some. Drop those teacups in the chat. Let me know you are in the tea room. Sipping tea from Cardi B on being pregnant with Stephon Diggs while it's still amidst married to Offset, just bearing their recent almost 1-year-old child, dropping a new album called Am I the Drama? Well, we would say so, Missy, man. Let's get it.
That part. So it's a rabbit hole, right? So if Stephon Diggs simply say that ain't my kid, they will put it on. Offset is the father by default. He does not have to claim the kid. And then another thing, they keep saying Cardi B insecure. No, I think Cardi B is a little bit slow, respectfully. Y'all heard her talk before. I used to think she was like really slow. Yeah. Yeah, she get to talking like that. She gives short bus energy, but somehow most of society is on a short bus, so they going along with it.
But shoot, man, I got to believe that that Cardi got a little touch, little smidgen herself. Like you said, though, she just burst out, have fits that occurred, and all that. Sound like what is that? Sound like a dying cat.
Yeah, and with the whole Offset situation, so I know they're getting a divorce. Now, can he expedite the divorce before this baby is born so he's not held responsible? Or how is that going to work in court? Because that's a big deal.
I think that because this is so is broadcasted, I don't think he'll have any problem, clearing himself of responsibility over this bastard.
I don't really know if the child is a bastard child and born out of wedlock as of yet. I'm waiting for the paternity. Like I said, Cardi B is who she is, and it also was very relevant throughout their relationship, marriage, that she had a very hard time walking away from Offset. She just had a baby by Offset, which lets us know that she's still very much so intimately interested in Offset, right? Mothers know that when we have a baby by a man, the man could be the worst man there is, but we have his baby sitting in front of us. We want his loins. Okay, so I don't know if it's the pheromones coming up off of two people after they share a baby together or what it is, but they usually more than not end up being intimate again with each other, just amongst having a baby together. Most people that have children together do. So, like I said, until we hear a paternity DNA result, I'm not ruling Offset out to being the pappy.
Out because of how it's broadcasted. Because they ain't got to take nobody's word for it. Like, roll the footage. Look at what was transpiring.
If that divorce is not finalized before she gives birth, understand under the court of law, Offset is legally responsible for that child. So Stephon Diggs ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? He done already had like 2 kids this year, didn't he? Didn't like 2 women have his kid this year? And Cardi finna have one by him? I mean, come on, man. This all self-esteem. And even though she has the financial means to take care of however many babies she want to have, the level of toxicity that goes on under her roof is going to be damaging to those kids. And I hope when they grow up, they don't want to be like her or deal with a woman like her or whatever.
And I am so tired of people like associating me with somebody that is from the past. Because I filed for divorce.
I'm gonna tell you what I really, really think the reason Cardi B slept with Stephon Diggs immediately after she filed for divorce. I think she wanted a little get back. Knowing Cardi B really know her on an intimate, personable level, right? I think Cardi B is a get back woman. I think you got me, I'm gonna get you. You did me, I'm gonna do you. I get that energy off of Cardi B. So I am channeling that. That's what that was for Cardi B. She wanted some get back of her own. And like she said, she went a little bit too far in fun with Stephon and got pregnant. Now, I don't know if she's not pregnant by Offset. I'm not ruling Offset's ass off.
A year ago. That should be very clear. I don't deal with that. I don't mess with that. I don't have no contact with that.
She filed for divorce from rapper Offset in July of 2024. The couple was married for 7 years and have 3 children together. The divorce has not yet been finalized.
One of the songs I think is very powerful on your new record, Man of Your Word.
Mm-hmm.
The lyrics about that.
Yeah.
7 years, you said, I admit it wasn't all bad. Skeletons in my closet too. As a wife, I should have realized when you were hurt, but instead I put my music first. But I really do wish you the best. Continue being a winner. If I had one wish, I wish you would have been a man of your word.
With Liberty Mutual, you can customize your car insurance.
While they're
Save.
paying bills, y'all drop those teacups in the chat. Let me know that you're sipping some tea with me today on Cardi B, 4 months pregnant, 4 months plus pregnant by Stephon while it's married to Offset, and just seemingly had their baby about it less than a year ago. Let's get it.
Oh my God. We're talking about Cardi B and Offset. All right. We ain't about to get all poetic. We ain't talking about some fairy tale. This ain't Cinderella. We ain't going down this rabbit hole. She goes, oh my God, go ahead.
She tried. That was sweet, huh? She said, I'm sorry I chose my music career over your feelings. That.
And I want to speak to that, right? I don't believe Cardi B chose her music career over Offset. Cardi B's first album just came out in the last 8 years. She's been with Offset 7 years married, 8 years or 10 years total, right? Okay. She put Offset first. She got married to Offset, had his kids, right? And never put out an album since. She's done music, but not albums. This is her first album since divorcing Offset, filing for divorce from Offset, right? So, like, however lyrically poetic and cute that bar was, I don't think it's as accurate as Cardi B seemingly should be feeling. Cardi B did not put her career before Offset. From what we're looking at, she put Offset first, right? Because Offset and her had 3 kids together, married for 7 years. During those entire years, she did not put out an album. She's just now putting out an album after a month filing for divorce from Offset.
Let us know the dynamic of that. Shout out to what's the brother Charleston White. He talked about this. He said the brother Offset ain't stand a chance. That NFL caliber athlete, and you know this Cardi B, these sisters, they like what they like. They like raging meat. They like the hunch. That athlete, this drunk, intoxicated, high rap artist can't compete with this athlete. It don't work that way. So, but that Cardi B, she's still hurt. She still want him. 70. I didn't know it's together for 7 years and 3 kids. I thought they had 2. I don't follow them. You don't get over that.
Married for 7 years.
7
They were together probably 10 years. He in line for some alimony.
Man, yes, married 7 years. That's a shush. That's a
in Georgia. So let's take a look and see, right? Because everybody's rooting for Offset now because Cardi B's pregnant, seemingly by Stephon. However, Offset had been screwing around on Cardi B since the moment they signed their marriage certificate. So ain't no telling what real dirt Cardi B's lawyers got on Offset's ass. Let's see. Will Offset get alimony from Cardi B when their divorce is final? So right now we don't know if Offset will receive alimony from Cardi B as he requested it in a recent amended divorce filing in May 2025. But the divorce is still ongoing, and the court has not made a final decision. Factors like the duration of the marriage, the financial circumstances of both parties, their respective incomes and assets, and the needs of their children will be considered by the court to determine any spousal support. So the key details: Offset filed a request for spousal support alimony in its amended divorce response in May 2025. He did not request a specific dollar amount, leaving it to the court's discretion. It's still in progress, and there's not yet been a ruling. The court will look at the financial situations of both Cardi B and Offset, including their income and assets. The standard of living they had during the marriage will be a consideration. The length of the marriage is a factor in determining spousal support. The current employment status and future earning prospects for both individuals will be evaluated.
He's gonna
And then,
definitely get alimony. That
see, everybody is always, somewhere speculating as to what things will look like because Cardi B's in her situation. But prayerfully, her lawyers look at, in a whole totality of what there is to look at financially, the length of their marriage, la da 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 da. And I pray her lawyers, because Cardi B is the full-time parent of the children, right? Offset has his parenting time with his 3 children with Cardi B. However, Cardi B takes on the bulk of the parenting role. So usually alimony and things like that go to people that are not fully financially responsible for the children, right? So being that Offset's not fully financially responsible and saying, I have the kids here, I have the kids there, I'm doing this and doing that for the kids. I know their ins and outs and their ups and downs of whatever's going on. More than likely, Offset can be found to be brown nosing in the booty hole of some groupie more than he's somewhere changing diapers for little Blossom, right? So Cardi B has that to her advantage, and I'm praying that her lawyers work that out for her so that he does not take Cardi B for everything that she has to take care of their 3 children and now about to be her 4th child, because all of those things will be factored in when their divorce is final. I don't think that Offset deserves a fucking dime from Cardi B as far as separating and splitting up what they maritally bought together as a married couple down the middle, and who paid for what and what costs more and all of that and things like that. So we're just gonna have to continue to see, but I'm definitely not putting my fork in anything and saying she's done as far as having to pay for the rest of Offset's lifestyle that'll probably be gone in 5 years, if that. If she does have to give his ass anything, it'll be gone in 5 years, because it's not Cardi B's fault that even though Wild is pregnant by Offset, damn near the entire 7 years she was with him, she still made more money than him. And that just goes to show her complete work ethic of how she cared about being a top earner in her marriage over Offset. And she had the majority of the parental advisement and all of that over the children. Let's keep it a whole 1,000. Yeah, we're gonna keep that 1,000
of whatever the alimony would be or the settlement, like that lump sum. She might have to write him a check.
And I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Let's check Cardi B's track record. She's like 0 for 3 as far as lawsuits are concerned. So I don't see Offset winning. Whatever team Cardi B got as lawyers, she got a dream team. Okay, because she ain't lost a lawsuit yet
to go out of this, so, and he already got girls in the house, the little mansion that she got out in Sandy Springs that she says she hasn't been living in. It's girls taking pictures in the house, but it's like, of course he can do this now that you're like 8 months pregnant with another man's baby. So you've kind of like shot yourself in the foot here.
I don't think she did. I think that if Cardi B's lawyers really, really play to what it all goes into, being a married woman in the situation Cardi B's in, continuously being antagonized and forced to see women on her husband the way that they are, from her best friends to God knows who's been sleeping with Offset's ass, 4 to 5 women at a time. Her lawyers can really appeal to the fact of, well, I don't care if they say she went temporarily insane. I really don't give a damn. To keep this woman's generational wealth in her situation so it does not get ruined. If Cardi B has to pay Offset a significant amount of money, where it would take away from her generational wealth that she worked hard to obtain in their marriage, but he didn't, it's not going to do nothing but go straight down the drain. He ain't gonna do nothing but piss it off. And Cardi B knows that shit. He gonna be somewhere looking like sometimes I wish that raindrops would fall. Okay, all with Cardi B's money, y'all. So I don't think that, he should be awarded a significant amount. I think he should leave, admirably with what he put into the marriage. I don't give a damn if they gotta say, you know what I'm saying, Cardi B temporarily went crazy. I don't give a damn. Whatever they gotta say to appeal to the judge and whoever needs to decide over her divorce of, why she's feeling like she needed some retribution for all of the pain that she went through being married to Offset's funky, trifling, stankin' draws, then so be it. So be it. Real talk. That woman has worked her ass off, literally. She didn't have to go get 3-4 new asses sitting around fucking with Offset while he wasn't doing nothing but turning over a new ass every chance he got. Now she done went out and did what she did and happened to get knocked up. It's not the best, situation at the time, but God damn it, it happened. That woman should not be financially crippled by Offset's sorry, stinking, cheating ass because of it. Now we're gonna see what her lawyers do. I said what I had to say.
This wasn't a smart move monetarily. Like,
I would say he need to clean up his lifestyle a little bit
somebody
as well.
Talk about
because he should be, trying to get custody.
I doubt it.
That's where his
I damn sure hate it. His ass ain't nowhere trying to take care of no goddamn small children. If Offset wanted custody of his kids, he got baby mamas that are nowhere near as close to financially well off as Cardi B, and he ain't got custody of their ass. So why would he take his wealthy wife's children from her ass? Because she got pregnant by another man? How many kids do Offset got? 30? Please. Take custody of what?
Not only get all the alimony or whatever, but try to get the custody to where you ain't paying for any child support or anything. So, but he need to clean his life up so the judge, so he can get these things in line.
There you go.
Yeah. He better stick to what he knows.
And that's somewhere with his goddamn
parenting time. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think Offset wants to challenge Cardi B like that, because even though Cardi B's ass is out here, outside, she's very much inside. Them kids are, every time we see them, they are well taken fucking care of, and we don't often see them with Offset. I just seen them recently with him, but before that I hadn't seen him with his kids publicly in forever. Those children are always all over the place with Cardi B and Cardi B's family. So, I mean, take custody from Cardi B for what? For what reason? Please, Gavin, you made that up.
Make Michael's your new balloon destination. Find a wide range of colors, styles, and even character designs.
Why would he take
Plus,
some custody
enjoy free
of Cardi
helium
B's kids? Because she stepped out of a filed divorce? So? He stepped out of an unfiled marriage and probably got kids that Cardi B just ain't said nothing about. I bet you anything Offset got some kids while he was married to her. I bet
bring his own. I think he has 4 before he even got with Cardi B, and then he had 4 with her, and so he has a lot of things that he needs to clean up, and he's not innocent because he knew where she was.
That nigga,
before she got on Love and Hip Hop, and before all that, he knew exactly what he was dealing with, and so you can't be surprised at the end of the day. I mean, it is ratchet, but the fact that she's pregnant by another man and she's still married.
These niggas is evil. Cardi B already knows this, okay? Keep your dream team on speed dial. and keep your goddamn ears peeled to the streets. Put spies in around Offset if you got to. So if anybody even talk about some bullshit coming your goddamn way, you block that shit at every turn.
You, but you knew the type of woman she was. She was already on ratchet time from jump.
Custody from her.
So
he can't take custody from his goddamn self. He can't keep his goddamn
Stephon Diggs
self out of
and
trouble.
Offset are the same person. Only thing is, Stephon Diggs is more richer, so she's not gonna be able to tell him what to do. She's not even gonna come close. How Offset was sometimes at home.
I was thinking the same thing. They're the same archetype. Yep.
Their name is like they have the same exact.
Now, I don't appeal to stop it. Cardi B's delusion of this relationship. I want to our understanding of what her relationship is. People are speculating it's delusion, right? People are saying that Cardi B believes that she is in a relationship with Stephon Diggs. However, Stephon Diggs is in several other situationships with other people, right? So we're gonna finish this off with Cardi B. My little one is kicking up dust, so I'm going to log off and do a part 2 of Cardi B. Thank you guys so much for sipping tea with Tanisha Talks Teas. We'll probably finish up part 2 tomorrow. We're gonna leave off where we left off, okay? Because we got a lot of topics to get into on Cardi B. We ain't even got into Stephon Diggs yet, but we want to leave with saying, right? We give Cardi B all of the blessings that are need be. I pray that, you know, she doesn't fall on the sword as she's fallen on Peen, right? Because, you know, there can be a sunshine at the end of this reign, right? So I'm praying that works out for her. I'm praying her album sales are through the roof. We're going to talk about that on another show. And she's got a tour. Baby's due before February. So, you know, tour. After that, she said she wants to jump right into Taryn. So just praying for everything. Divorce goes amicable for both her and Offset. I don't wish no ill will Offset. I, you know, hope that he does the best he can to not try to throw his wife and baby's mother onto a double-edged sword. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for sipping tea with Tanisha Talks Teas. Until next time, stay safe and stay sipping. Thanks for watching. Remember to show your support by liking, subscribing, and sharing. It's a blessing. Keep your teacups filled and ready for my next upload. Until then, stay inspired and remember, always stay sipping.
No, I need it this week. This week.
From cups to espresso machines, get everything you need without the stress. That's the Webstaurant way. Leave skin in 60 seconds with Aveeno Skin Relief with soothing triple oat complex and 72-hour hydration.
Hold up. Every day I wake your ass up. The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?
It's time for Front Page News. Mimi Brown.
Good morning, Charlotte. Good morning, Jess. How y'all doing?
Good morning, girl. I'm mad that my Ravens lost last night. It's just one dumb move after another. They lost the same way they lost the first week, man. Gosh.
38-30, they lost to the Detroit Lions. So the Ravens are 1-2, the Lions are 2-1.
Yeah.
I could care less.
What are the Cowboys, Charlene?
1-2.
Clowned out. No, go
yes,
ahead.
exactly. Clowned out. That's actually exactly you right. Clowned out. You're right.
All right, y'all. Let's jump right in. So Jimmy Kimmel is set to return to ABC tonight after nearly a week off the air, but his comeback is already stirring debate. So more than 400 celebrities, including Tom Hanks, Meryl Streep, Jennifer Aniston, they signed a ACLU back letter calling Kimmel's suspension a blow to free speech and warning companies not to cave to government pressure. Now, at the same time, one of ABC's biggest affiliate owners isn't budging. So Sinclair Broadcasting Group, which controls controls nearly 40 ABC stations nationwide, says it will keep Kimmel off the air and instead run local news. Now, the company has previously said that it wants Kimmel to issue a public apology, make a donation to Charlie Kirk's family and Turning Point USA, and signs what it calls an accountability agreement to ensure more professionalism. Until then, viewers in cities like Seattle, Washington, D.C., St. Louis, even Portland won't see the show tonight.
Damn.
Now, Kimmel was originally suspended indefinitely, but Disney said, they quote said, Now, Disney said the move was, quote, to avoid further inflaming a tense situation and an emotional moment for our country. But now, after what they call a thoughtful conversation between the host and top executives, he will return tonight. Now, this all comes after Disney is weighing a $6.2 billion merger between Nexstar and Tegna. Their streaming losses are into the billion, with people canceling their subscriptions. And so, but tonight, all eyes will be on Kimmel, what he will say, what he will do. Charlamagne, what do you think we'll see? Will we get an apology? Will it be business as usual? Will he double down? What are you expecting?
I hope Jimmy Kimmel don't let them take his nuts from him. I mean, because the reality is Sinclair isn't allowing him back on because Sinclair needs that merger with Tegna to go through, and they need FCC approval. So, I mean, there's really no need for Jimmy Kimmel to come back and, tuck his tail in any way, shape, or form, because it kind of feels like the writing's on the wall. If Sinclair's not bringing your show back now anyway, it kind of feels like at any moment they're going to let that guillotine drop. So you might as well come in there with guns a-blazing. Go out guns a-blazing, man.
Yeah. So sources say he will address the controversy some kind of way. So we'll just all tune in. I think the ratings will be really good tonight, regardless of if Sinclair's not going to broadcast it or not. So we'll see.
Oh, yeah, because it'll be all over social media anyway. Yeah.
All over social media. And you can stream it on different platforms. And, if you haven't canceled your Hulu, I believe you can even watch it on Hulu. So you'll be able to watch it even if your local station is not carrying it.
Mm-hmm.
And President Trump, he is publicly directing the Justice Department to go after his political opponents, raising alarms inside the Justice Department about ethics, independence, and job security. Now, over the weekend, the president posted on Truth Social that he wants investigations launched into 3 of his most outspoken critics: former FBI Director Jim Comey, New York Attorney General Letitia James, and California Senator Adam Schiff. Now, he wrote, "We can't delay any longer. It's killing our reputation and credibility. They impeached me twice and indicted me 5 times over nothing. Justice must be served." Now, Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, she insists this is not about weaponizing the Justice Department. Let's hear what she had to say.
We are not going to tolerate gaslighting from anyone in the media or from anyone on the other side who is trying to say that it's the president who is weaponizing the DOJ. It was Joe Biden and his attorney general who weaponized the DOJ. Joe Biden used this sacred American institution to go after his political opponent in the middle of an election year. And you look at people like Adam Schiff and like James Comey and like Letitia James, who the president is rightfully frustrated. He wants accountability for these corrupt fraudsters who abused their power, who abused their oath of office to target the former president and then candidate for the highest office in the land.
And this is why I understand completely why people are having a conversation about free speech in regards to media. But let's be clear, President Trump has a hit list, okay? We knew that this second Trump term was going to be a revenge tour, from Kimmel to Colbert to The View to Letitia James, James Comey to Adam Schiff to Biden. Trump is looking for revenge, okay?
Yeah, for sure. And he fired a federal prosecutor in Virginia because they would not indict Letitia James and all the people we just named. So, he installed someone else. So we'll see what's going to happen. We'll talk more about this at 7. Also coming up at 7, a shakeup at a popular budget airline could send travelers scrambling this holiday season. We'll tell you what's happening.
This is incredible. Oh, it's in such good condition.
It's not going to fit.
Oh, it's gonna fit.
Because there are large antiques in your area, there are drivers in your area.
That's nice.
Uber.
The Strangers, Chapter 2, rated R.
Yes, it's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Just Hilarious, DJ Envy. Envy is off today, but it's time for front page news with Mimi Brown. First, I want to tell y'all that the Detroit Lions beat the Baltimore Ravens 38-30 last night. I told you I don't care about the NFL this week, okay? You saw what the Bears did to my Cowboys, so I don't even care about the NFL this week, okay? Yes.
Projection.
Mimi, good morning.
All right. Good morning, Charlamagne. Good morning, Jess.
Good morning.
So we're going to talk about the White House. We're going to get to where President Trump is stirring debate this morning about new warnings about a popular drug that millions of Americans rely on. At a press event, he pointed to Tylenol, saying it poses a risk for pregnant women, including a possible link to autism. Let's listen to what he had to say.
First, effective immediately, the FDA will be notifying physicians that the use of let's see how we say that. Acetaminophen, which is basically commonly known as Tylenol, during pregnancy can be associated with a very increased risk of autism. So taking Tylenol is not good. All right, I'll say it. It's not good.
Trump and RFK Jr. talked the way we used to talk back in the 90s and early 2000s. Like every conspiracy theory that was out there. You know what I'm saying? Like Tylenol causes autism.
Yo.
Did they even give any reason why? They just...
There's no studies linked to this. In fact, doctors say it's simply not true. Tylenol has long been considered the safest option during pregnancy, and untreated fevers can actually be dangerous for mom and baby if you don't take Tylenol. So the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists called Trump's remark irresponsible, while the Autism Science Foundation said the claims were shocking. And Tylenol's maker is also pushing back, stressing decades of science show there is no link between Tylenol and autism.
Why are they not going to sue? Tylenol can sue. That's a lawsuit.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then you know just think about how many people is under this man's influence. If he say stop blinking because it's bad for our head, then his people going to stop going to do that. You know what I'm saying? His influence is big to some people. So just imagine how many people is about to stop buying Tylenol and how heavily that's going to affect Tylenol.
Yeah, Tylenol got to sue.
This is the same person who said to drink bleach, right, during COVID.
That is very true.
Damn, I didn't even hear that one.
And you know what we used to say in the late 90s, early 2000s? That drinking bleach can kill AIDS. So just think about that. Yes, that was a thing that people used to say back in the day.
No.
But you also know if you drink bleach, you're going to die.
Right.
So technically, it does kind of work.
Oh, my God.
But my point is, this is the kind of ridiculous stuff that's coming from the White House now that we used to say when we was teenagers.
That is crazy.
Well, there's more. At that same White House event, the president also weighed in on childhood vaccines, offering his personal views on how parents should time their children's shots. Again, this was his personal opinion. These are not medical recommendations. Let's hear that.
The MMR, I think, should be taken separately. This is based on what I feel. The mumps, measles, and the three should be taken separately. It seems to be that when you mix them, there could be a problem. The chicken pox is already separate because when that got mixed in, I guess they made it four for a while, it really was bad. And then hepatitis B is sexually transmitted. There's no reason to give a baby that's almost just born hepatitis B. So I would say wait till the baby is 12 years old.
Okay. Well, health officials say that's misleading. Hepatitis B isn't only sexually transmitted. It can spread through blood, needles, and from mother to child at birth. Babies infected with that way, they have a 90% chance of chronic illness, and many die from liver-related disease. And so that's why the CDC and pediatricians recommend the vaccine for newborns, not teens.
I know we really got to change the rules, Mimi. There has to be a harder barrier to entry to become president. Like
wow. It's wild.
You know?
Like Jesus
you can
Christ,
just say
man.
anything
I mean,
now.
come on, man.
So, and switching gears a little bit, and I wanted to talk to you about this, Charlamagne, because I know you read the book. So Democrats are bracing for impact as former Vice President Kamala Harris's new book hits shelves today. 107 Days is her account of the final stretch of the 2024 campaign. But instead of uniting the party, some Democrats say it's reopening old wounds. Now, the memoir takes swipes at President Biden, saying he should have never run for re-election, and even recalling how he called her minutes before the debate with Donald Trump to scold her about criticizing him.
That's
Now,
right.
Harris also reflects on, people she once considered as potential running mates, including Pete Buttigieg, who she said would have been the ideal partner, but America wasn't ready for a Black woman and a gay man in the White House. She also writes about Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, who she accused of angling for VP instead of focusing on the campaign. And both men, they are responding. Buttigieg said, trust is earned by what you deliver, not categories. Shapiro is saying that Harris will have to answer for why she didn't raise alarms earlier about Biden sooner. And she also mentions California Governor Gavin Newsom, who she says didn't return her call when Biden dropped out, and Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, who initially hesitated to endorse her. And the backlash is drawing comparison to Hillary Clinton's What Happened, another post-election memoir that split Democrats. So the question, though, is, Charlamagne, you read the book.
Yep.
Does this help her legacy? Define her legacy, or is it what they're saying deepen the divisions between already in the Democratic Party?
Aveeno Skin Relief with Soothing Triple Oat Complex, clinically proven for 72-hour hydration.
You like to exceed expectations. So do we. Ryobi One Plus HP, our most powerful and most durable 18-volt tools. Brushless motors, advanced electronics, and high-performance lithium batteries give you more power behind every cut, every nail, and every screw you drive, all powered by the same 18-volt battery. Ryobi One Plus HP. Let's get to work. Only at the Home Depot.
That is a great question. When it comes to the VP, I don't even know if this book is about her as much as it could be a game changer for the Democratic Party. And what I mean by that is, I know some people might say, her telling her truth is too little too late, but I personally believe this is exactly what the Democratic Party needs. Like, the inner politics and the BS of the party are one of the main reasons they lost. And she's just pulling back the curtain, on all of it. And I know a lot of Democratic loyalists and Biden lovers, they're going to get in their feelings. But if they read this book and understand, I know she not lying, and they just embrace the things that she's saying, I think it could be very good for the party, because anybody that wants to be the now and the future of the party has to throw that old regime under the bus, and she absolutely did that. But I will say, too, the media is putting some sauce on a lot of things. Like, the Shapiro thing in particular, I didn't get that from what she said about Josh Shapiro. What I got from what she was saying is that Josh Shapiro just wouldn't have made a good number 2 because he's actually a number 1. And she was like, you need somebody in your VP that just wants to be VP. And she was saying that Josh was saying he wanted to be in the room on a lot of decisions that were being made. And she was just like, that's just not realistic. But everything else you said, 100%. She was throwing shots. Good
She
shots,
did
though.
say something like, you can't be a co-president, right? Something like that.
You
Is
can't
that
be a
what she called?
co-president. Yes, you can't be a co-president. And when she was talking about, the funny thing about the Gavin Newsom thing, it's literally just a line, because she has this whole part of the book where she's talking about all the different responses she got from people. And she was like, I guess Gavin's text was, call you back, I'm hiking.
Damn.
Jeez. And he never called back.
Okay, so they're putting a little sauce on it. Okay,
Yes, but the
all
book
right.
is great. I'm like, it is a fantastic read in 107 days.
Okay.
And she,
all right. Well, it comes out today. Go ahead.
No, she gave the Breakfast Club, and she gave me and the Breakfast Club a mention too. So I appreciate that.
Nice.
Yes.
All right. Thank you for that. All right. And while Democrats are dealing with divisions inside their own party, really quickly, everyday Americans are facing their own type of turbulence. Spirit Airlines, the budget carrier known for its no frills, low cost, says it will furlough about 1,800 flight attendants. That's nearly a third of its crew starting December 1st, right during the holidays. Now, the airline, which has already filed for bankruptcy twice this year, says the cuts are part of a broader restructuring plan. Spirit is also trimming its flight schedule by about 25% in November and pressuring pilots to give up about $100 million in pay and benefits. And so what this really means for listeners is fewer flights just as the holidays are getting underway, like fewer cheaper flights as the holidays are getting underway. So,
hey, Spirit, furlough the whole airline, okay? All right, who flies Spirit? Spirit is like black jelly beans.
But there's a lot of people who fly Spirit.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Mimi. They owe me money. They owe me. Spirit owe me like $137 for like 20 plus years, yo.
Wow, you took one flight?
Yes, I booked the flight on Spirit, and they just canceled the flight. That was the one time I ever flew Spirit. They just canceled the flight for no reason. It wasn't no rain. It was a nice sunny day, and they didn't even have a customer service to go talk to.
Damn.
Yes, man.
Spirit is. They make you go through that app or something, and you can't even do that.
I don't even know if they had apps back then, Mimi.
Oh,
To be honest with you. This was
Damn,
like like 10, 12 years ago. I don't know if they had apps. Spirit is trash.
Damn.
Been trash.
All right, y'all. Well, that's your front page news. I'm Mimi Brown. Follow me on social at Mimi Brown or Mimi Brown TV. And for more news coverage, follow the Black Information Network or download the free iHeartRadio app and listen to VINnews.com.
Thank you, Mimi.
Hold up. Every day I wake up. Wake your ass up. The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?
Restaurant store.
30 chairs, non-squeak.
Restaurant store.
15 non-wobbly tables.
Restaurant store.
Add 8 cases of pint glasses.
Restaurant store.
Lights.
Restaurant store.
Add a set of knives.
Restaurant store.
What did they use this for?
Restaurant store.
That's gotta go.
Restaurant store.
Where are we gonna find all this stuff?
I already ordered it.
Huh? All of it?
Restaurant store. For whatever your restaurant needs.
Okay, if there's one AI site builder you need to meet, it's this dope tech from Wix. Now, this whole flow is a conversation, so your words actually build your website. I'm going for a store. And after a free-flowing conversation, I get this detailed site brief.
Thanks for watching. Remember to show your support by liking, subscribing, and sharing. It's a blessing. Keep your teacups filled and ready for my next upload. Until then, stay inspired and remember, always stay dipping.